Oh, alrighty. Good. Yeah, morning? Yeah, it's almost 6 a.m. I guess morning it is. Oh dear. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? Um, mistakes were made. This was supposed to just be a first impressions stream the other night. But I kind of want to play some more. Um, yeah, mistakes were made. Well, I thought Necrons were meant to be playable in Mechanicus 2. Did I misread? I could be wrong. I thought that was the case. But I'm not super well informed. Now, those of you that were here for the previous stream, uh, things have changed a little. I went back and replayed the first few missions to get the percentage down, which I did. But also, I learned some interesting stuff, actually. Mission rewards are not static. Like, as in the, like, the rewards you get from just, like, doing the mission. So, on our like, previous run here, we got the, Skitari Gunners from doing the the second, priest guy thingy. Whereas on this run that I was like testing stuff out on, we got the Skitari swordsman instead, as well as like a bunch of the items being different as well. I didn't realize that it was like non-static mission rewards. That's interesting. That does actually like mix things up in more ways than I had expected.
Final
Oh.
fusion 勝利
了解ファイナルフュージョンプログラムドライ
Thanks very much for the sub wiki. How's it going? We're still a bit laggy. I think it is mostly like this screen in particular. I guess because it's got so much layered shit going on. The game itself runs fine, but the Teddy does not run so fine. Yeah, it just seems to be on that screen. It's mostly fine otherwise, but yeah. So as I was saying, this time around, we have the Skitari Stabber Boys, which actually doesn't work as well for what I wanted to do, which was use the firing squad ability and use the Skitari Shooter Boys. But the Stabby Boys sort of can work for that, just less effectively. However, they don't proc op attacks, so they can just zoom. And the boys are laid out a little differently now as well. I grabbed the on both of our boys have the gain 1 HP every turn. Because I was like, that just seems crazy good. And I'm probably gonna get if this stacks, does this like yeah, the command fire was the one I was talking about, sorry. The all troops in range attack selected target, which is what I wanted to use for the Skitari Shooter Boys. Also, our weapons are a bit different. Also, hang on a minute. This isn't displaying correctly. I think it's... Okay, no, it's displaying correctly for you guys. It's not displaying correctly for me. Give me a second. Alright. Again, that hopefully that hasn't changed anything for you guys, but it did change something for me. Because I'm using cheaty methods to do what I'm doing. Ah, dear, excuse me. Yeah, we've got a zero cost axe, which, like, it doesn't do anything special. But it doesn't cost anything to swing with it either. Which is really nice. We can sort of manage our CP a bit better with that sort of stuff. Alright, so the next mission I was going to do was going to be this one, which is its reward. So this does seem to be static. This seems to be on this guy's second mission regardless. You get the cognition +1. And, like, well, his one, like, the reward changed, but it was still extra minion classes. So there is some not staticness, but there is some design to it. It's not just pure random or anything like that. I don't think we've faced destroyers before. Also, the bigger troops do actually cost resources to deploy, but if you bring them back with full health or nearly full health, you get refunded a bunch of their deployment costs. Excuse me. Oh dear. This cough does not seem to want to leave me alone. Reports received from Subdomina Kepra. Synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties. Confirm? Yes, no. Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction equals delight. Pray, Tech Inquisitor, explain. Enemy warform, provision designated destroyer. Anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorator request, file accessed. Anti-gravitational technology in area Digis 8 Magos have requested as high priority. Study of provisional designation destroyer, plus desirable, plus necessary, plus sacred duty. And you would be famed throughout Stygius 8 for exploiting this technology. Statement agreement. Request formulation follows. Commence deployment immediately. We're actually going to nick some hover booty. Concentration of Necron destroyers is playing merry hell with our Skitarii units in the tomb of Acropus. They are highly mobile and heavily armored weapons platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion. Greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. Was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Magos. Put such piety aside for now, Subdomina. Is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I've plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. There's someone within this complex. Fortune of Mars may be with you. So this is... you kind of want ones with, like, not random, but, like, encounters on them, because encounter maps you can use to turn the clock back. This being all the way down there and no encounter maps means we're just going to, like, cost us a whole bunch of clock time. Not the best. Well, let's see what we can pull out of these, if anything. Panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond, which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, we can reap the rewards within. So this one's marked in green because we've clicked it before and it's given us a positive result. I think this one isn't marked because we've never clicked it before. I mean, like, honestly, that's a fair reaction. The area of the tomb of Acropus is covered in hieroglyphics interspersed with depictions of Necron constructs, most often engaged in war. Some of the images resemble the Necron destroyers with their distinct anti-grav hulls. So does every map have, like, unique story bits? Like, because this is clearly for this mission specifically. Lovely. Every inscribed battle scene suggests the destroyers are more heavily armored, solidly armored and mobile than any of the other numerous Necron war forms. Such a blunt illustration of this particular enemy's capabilities does little to hearten the cohort in their mission to engage and battle the destroyers. These are the same two symbols. Transmission origin Necron. Xenos language study opportunity. Request study. Hark not to the aliens' words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True when Archmagos Veneratus Halion wrote it, Magos? True today. Chambers bathed in a constant data flow transmitted by the tomb's own awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. Everything is awful. Ship's cogitators react with hostility to the alien transmission, and the machine spirit of the Castius Metallison rapidly quarantines the affected machines. News of this reaches the cohort, who react to the near infection of the ship with dismay. Oh, we've royally fucked up and got no way to unfuck it. Unless there's multiple computers on this map. Intrigue. Most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data plus Centurion form plus gravity defying. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog V12 states, one converge from standard form, but one must always retain their humanity or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. Do not mean to diverge from discussion, but what are these iron men? Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There is no other reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot, and we must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focus. Well, we can punch one computer. And we have no No cognition points to start out with, so this is going to be a bit of a mess. At least we get, yeah, his freebie proc, and then we can send out the skulls. This guy can do the double suck. He does not have the free axe. If I leave him there, he's going to be in the way of the other guy. Dang it, I should have delayed turn. Ow. You have the boomstick. Dang it, actually absorbing the one right there is bad. Wait, doesn't it cost 2 to? Yeah, okay, I thought so. Absorbing the one like that is bad because it means his get one for free doesn't proc. The music is so fucking good. Holy shit. Now, hang on. We don't need to not use our magic powers anymore. How do I use our magic powers? Restore 5 HP on the active unit, I see. That's okay. I understand, that's a bit annoying though. You have the shotgun. That's, we then run up and give you the lay on hands. Minimum roll. Ow! That's through. Well, I mean, he paid for himself at least, I guess. Alright, Skitari, go lock him down. For however long you can lock him down. Well, it was about that long. Everything's falling apart! Oh god, everything's falling apart. I'm really hoping these guys, like, don't have big melee. Okay, they probably don't have any melee. They can just walk away, though. Ow! Look, a distraction! Oh, I wonder. My health. Oh god, my health. Can I, like, give this guy, like, the big angry smack? Because I got plus 9 on next physical. If I just, like, run up and, like, boosh his face off. Right, because I hadn't been thinking about using the spells in combat, because the initial thing was like you need to clear 3 maps without using them. So my thinking was just, all right, I will just use the first 3 maps of the game to do that. Holy Christ, everything died. This has been a bit of a disaster. Skitari! Turbo power! Can I use them on Skitari? That's right, they don't cop op attacks, so I can just like, whee! Well, that was a mess. Hey, brown guy, and hey, Sion. And yeah, like, I played a bit of this last night, just because I was doing like a short stream. Well, actually, this is probably going to be a short stream, overall as well. But I was just taking a look at it, because I'd never played it before. I was just like, I'll just do it as like a quick, like, first look stream, and then yeah, I wanted to play some more. So, here we are. Holy crap, the soundtrack for this game is amazing, though. Mission complete. The cohort withdraws from the tomb, having experienced the prowess of the Necron destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Adeptus Mechanicus has learned of the stark danger these Necron warforms pose. Anti-gravity compression index plus 3.9%. Projected beneficiary stage? Era Adeptus Mechanicus. I am focused on matters much closer in space and time, Scaevola. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor's statement of purpose. To perceive the grander picture, to strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I am more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silva Tempris. Platitude mode. Trust in scientific method, Magos. / platitude mode. We got oofed. We got oofed badly. Ooh. Oh! Whoa! Vanguard and an additional tech priest. Hell yeah. That's what we're doing. What is a death mark? I got menuing to do first. Don't get ahead of myself. This one does seem quite useful. It means, like, if we've got bigger weapons equipped, we can just fire those boys off. Like that. That's, at least where we're at current time-wise, that's a pretty significant kablam. Same for you. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying this so far. I had to, like, change my mindset about it. It's a gotta go fast game, like XCOM 2. No faffing about, just go, go, go. Subdomina Kepra has requested aid in taking the pressure off her Skitari troops. Collapsing key areas of the tomb of Acropus will hinder enemy movement and stop them from overwhelming the Skitari. Because that's, like, this, yeah, this, if this gets to 100%, I assume it's game over. Take that one. You do not relish this mission, Subdomina Kepra. I ascertain this from your pupil dilation and nervous system stress levels. Even in victory, the men and women on the ground suffer. That's not something I imagine troubles Amegos. Some tech priests choose to excise the emotional centers of their brains, especially when they reach the rank of Magos. I did not. I have fought under plenty of Magi who had no emotion at the loss of men and women in combat. I'm glad to know I'm not doing that again. I am capable of quarantining emotions in my neural vaults and choosing to experience them if they are beneficial. I am not ruled by them, but I am not ignorant of them either. That is why casualty rates on missions under my command are 11.7% below the average. I'll take that as a good omen. Subdomina Kepra, how goes your attempts at establishing a foothold on Silver Tenebris with our main force? Operations in the Tomb of Acropus are continuing, Magos, but the enemy is pressing our perimeter hard. It's impossible to explore the tomb if all my troops are tied up, keeping themselves from being overrun. I see. The enemy is aware of our presence. Seems like it. They're not just attacking at random. The Necrons are exerting pressure at key points, hoping we'll falter. Logic demands a response. Ignoring this predicament invites defeat. Your solution? With your help, collapse the tomb on them first. I've plotted 4 locations in the Tomb of Acropus. If these are made impassable with demolition charges, the Necrons won't have the run of their own tomb anymore. My cohort will see this is done. Once the key points are blocked, the Necrons will be funneled into our crossfire. They'll spend a lot more lives testing our defenses. I am not certain the Necrons can be accurately said to have lives. Well, whatever they have, they're going to lose a lot of them. Again, we're getting really unlucky. Maps with just no extra fights on them, so we've got no way to, like, calm the clock down. Skitarii units holding the Tomb of Acropus are suffering communications glitches, and one unit has run a cable to their command post to stay in touch. This cable runs across the chamber ahead, and it's obvious it has become severed, potentially cutting the unit off from the rest of the Skitarii force. Go the extra mile. Big fix. Really? The cohort repairs the cable and spends the next while searching for the Skitarii unit. They find the Skitarii lying dead at their post, victims of a Necron ambush, their bodies sheared open by Gorse fire. Knowing their efforts were in vain pushes the cohort dangerously close to despair. Fascinating. Could this be some event from the distant history of the Necron race? I've heard rumors of such mythology amongst the theories about the Necrons, but confirming it should be a breakthrough. On the wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map. The stars are depicted being consumed by the ill-defined entities swirling in the shadows. Obliterate the steel. It's a relic of Xenos mythology and hence blasphemous. The cohort opens fire on the inscriptions, ripping the images apart. A burst of radiation floods the chamber and contaminates the cohort, who must withdraw before they can become fatally irradiated. Everybody takes 1 damage. I swear, every decision we've made has been a -1. And we've got no cognition again going into this. We can't deploy anything. Life form sudden appearance on Auspex, unexpected. Diagnosis, possible tech, form list plus teleportation plus warp travel plus unknown. There's no form of warp travel. The telepathic aboard has reported no disturbance near the planet the whole time we've been here. Alternate dimensional shift, teleportation, unknown. Teleportation tech too volatile, no power signs, no lighting, no singe marks. Tomb too deep for teleportation. Alternate dimensional shift? Unknown. We know there is only the immaterium and real space. Scriptures have written about only these two for millennia. Note in conclusion. Unknown logged. Disappointment. Desire for answers must be fulfilled. Survived 4 rounds is kind of ominous. I don't know if I want to lock it up in melee. I don't know what is scarier. Well, its ranged isn't too bad. Oh. I see. Scarabs outspeeding me kind of fucked me up, because I was going to try to hit them with my AoE. Ah, I fucked up. Damn it. Huh. Well, we shut his ass down at least. Oh. Friends. Yuck. Feels like a bit of a waste, but I want to make sure this computer goes away. What happens if can I delay his turn then? That's already downed it. Never mind. I was gonna use the, like, team up attack on it, but not necessary. Wait, really? Skitari can't grab cognition, can they? Well, I assume I should say, like, all, regular units probably can't, like, grab cognition, so it's not just the Skitari in particular's fault. Oh god, double up attack. You are so dead, sir. Just grab all the cognition. At least we managed to repair our boys for the most part. The last demolition charge brings down another section of the tomb. The most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight Skitari, on Skitari terms from now on. Servants of the Omnissiah will live now, who would otherwise die mageless. My thanks for sending your tech priest to the aid of my troops. We will profit nothing if on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we can ascertain the threat they contain. It is simple logic, Subdomina. But nevertheless, I thank you. Few Skitari have much reason to expect a tech priest to come to their aid so directly. We are used to being disposable. My emotional cores return dismay and anger whenever a Skitari is described as disposable. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omnissiah's work. Thus it is written. It's, like, surprisingly well written. I wasn't expecting so much, personality. Anyway, we got a new tech priest, which is good. And we got the shooty Skitari. And a big heal. Nice. Does that... Does that count on my, like, AoE energy? Because... that could get pretty good. Especially if, like, the AoE effects are dealing +3. That's a pretty significant power up to the AoE effects. Of all weapons? On a single target or on the whole map? Because suddenly turning everybody's, like, dead killy mode on. Holy shit, Mission-a-Palooza! Everybody's got business for us now. Alright, you need some upgrades. You get the basic self-heal. Fire big gun. Oh, that could be useful for those annoying cases where something's left on 1 health. Just send the servo skull to poke him to death. Oh, yeah, actually, might make a shooty boy. Yeah, we go. You definitely need the heal arm. You're gonna be a shooty boy. You want big DACA. Extra cognition suck. Actually, you probably need something that... an attack that doesn't cost 3. Free gun. Now we got the Skitari shooty boys, which would be good for we can use the firing squad ability to make use of that. All right, we're basically just gonna look at like what the rewards are and determine a mission from there. Cognition +1 is a very nice reward, and Vicarian Infiltrator? Question mark? That's very tempting. Level 2 servitors. I'm thinking we go with this one because it gives us more minions and more cognition. Which one was the Canotech Picanthite. Was that the Overwatch boy? Immortals. Okay. Protection detail. A unit of Skitari escorting a topographical survey device has become trapped in the tomb of Agrolkek. Subdomina Kepra has requested a cohort reach the unit and save the Oculus topographies. Are these... Because the Heretic expansion added a bunch of extra minions. Is this from the Heretics expansion? Give me something a little extra to fight so that we can, like, better control our clock. I need more deployment slots. Oh god, we're broke! Fuck. I gotta remember we got this one here, because if we end up, like, on a map, basically just blow this one on the first fight. We have a problem, Magos. It's doubtful you would seize my attention with such alacrity. Were they going to plan, Subdomina? One of my Skitari units is escorting an Oculus topographus to produce fuller interior scans of the tomb of Agrolek. They have become bogged down by Necron attacks and are cut off. It will surely perish if they do not get immediate support. And the Oculus will be lost too. And yes, I'm aware it's worth a lot more than any of my soldiers' lives. The last communications from the Skistari said they were under heavy fire trying to prepare a defensive position. Since then, they've gone dark. They're either dead, or the architecture of the tomb is interfering with their comms again. Both possibilities reduce the percentage chance of the Oculus Topographus being recovered. Which is why I need your tech priests on this, Magos. We have to move with speed and a hell of a lot of firepower. That I can supply. We advance immediately. Yes, Magos. Thank you, Magos. What is there? This game does have, like, other fights. It's not just the story fights. We're just not getting them ever. I don't know if the graphic display on that is distorted because I'm using a cheaty thing to make this run in windowed mode in a way it's not really wanting to. The chamber head is covered in dust and debris, which clearly shows the track of the Oculus Topographus. It is clear it went this way, and the trail it left could be followed by the cohort to reach its location as quickly as possible. Follow the trail with all speed. Cohort heads rapidly in the direction of the Pographus. Though they feel the eyes of the Necrons upon them, as they do so, they outpace any attempt to flank or ambush them, and make excellent headway towards their objective. Alright, for once, something went in our favor. Be wary, Magos. Remember Admonitions Mechani 3:16. Seek not the words of the Xenos, lest they infect us with blasphemy. A Voxcaster unit somewhere in the tomb nearby is broadcasting streams of code, possibly a Necron transmission. This could be a Necron's communications device, and destroying it could disrupt their capacity to coordinate attacks. Destroy. Attack ignores armor, but does blink damage. Cohort takes a detour from their path to find the device, a large machine of obvious Necron construction that is increasing the volume of data it's transmitting. A quick burst of gunfire later and it's destroyed. Its innards contain valuable material that can be harvested for use by the rest of the mission. New template detected. Observing excitement. Excitement statement. How glorious. The Xenos vary their weapons, plus Tesla weapon tech. They do not show signs of Prometheum flame tech, which only shows their inferior steps in technological advancement. I recall that in the Xenos and the Cant V00101001, the Xenos... Not now, Videx. We've dealt with Immortals for a while now. They're proving a worthy threat. They have a separate weapon pattern. This is most concerning for our troops. Troops are of little concern. Mission is always priority over bio-life forms. Oh, we've seen this text before. I guess technically on this run I hadn't seen it before, so now it's triggering. Scan or destroy? Can I scan and destroy? Oh, lovely. We have no cognition to work with. Oh, that one does the scan trick. Nice. Well, we put down that guy before he got a chance to give us the business, which is nice. Ah, it's physically resistant. I see. Ah, that's a problem. They've now locked my range unit down. Well, you suck, don't you? Need to test something here. This guy can't scan. That's not what I'm interested in. But I'm wondering if, like, because I want the destroy, which would lower the angry counter. But I'm wondering if I can both scan and destroy. Well, I wonder. I'm gonna experiment. What happens if we just destroy without scanning? Does it cause those extras to spawn? more data required. Okay, so you want to scan and destroy then, because at least in this case, because that's just coming up regardless. I've got to remember not to, like, overspend so that we can afford our, like, base units. He's doing more damage each time we reload. He did 2, then 3, then 4. God damn. It's an anti-save scum buff. Touch up those holes. Let's just make that thing go away. Goodbye. See, that's all collapsed during. Yeah, don't even bother trying to hit him with physical attacks. It ain't gonna work. So kind of like walloping him doesn't do any good, does it? He's got 1 health left. Bastard. Can we... I'd have to hit from max damage to do anything. Yeah, damn it. Still 2%, because we're not getting any maps with extra fights on it that we can use to get our thing down. Mission complete. The cohort defends the location of the lost Skitarii unit, enabling them to move the Oculus Topographus back out of the tomb and towards the Skitarii lines. The troops and the valuable surveillance device they escort are saved from perishing in the tomb of Agrok. Squad survivors are back at our lines, and the Oculus has been salvaged. We have been set back in our exploration of the tomb, but not nearly so far as we would have been if we had lost, if the unit had been lost. Is the Oculus Topographus providing data? Fully functional, although at this stage I can report nothing other than the tomb of Agrokek is huge. Mission, this shall be factored into future missions. Ensure I am appraised of further development, Subdomina. Ooh. Bajal sector located. Whereas the other tombs are sterile, this one is grossly fecund with union of life and death. The first scouting man applies to enter are overwhelmed by the appalling stench. They walk straight into a charnel house. Biological remains plaster every wall and floor. Some are creatures indigenous to Silver Tembris, but others are unmistakably human, presumably from the former colonists of St. Eckhart's Hope. The decay begins instantly as the sealed atmosphere of the tombs is breached. Metallic skittering heralds something even worse waiting in the tomb. In this pit of disease and death, even the mind of a tech priest is vulnerable before its horror. I really didn't expect this quality of writing. Really? Is there not much? Because like I haven't kept up with official 40k. Is there not much Mechanicus lore at the moment? The Necron lore I know a bit of from like obviously I was there when the Necrons sort of first launched, as it were. But also one of the big early Caiaphas Cain stories is basically exactly this. Going into a Necron tomb, following a bunch of cog boys. Right. But one of these had us, like, wanting to go on, like... Oh, what? Yeah, one of them wanted us to do, like, a boss fight. I don't think we're ready for that. Okay, that's now a bit more interesting. 4 to 6 direct damage. That's... Yeah, well, 2 cogs, but, like, we've got those abilities that let us fire a 2-cog weapon for free. Though... death marks. Overwatch. Yucky yucky. We could turn one of the tech priests into a gun turret. I am curious about this one, though. I think this is one of the heretic missions. We're fighting tech priests and servitors. Also, it pays out level 2 servitor, which could be useful. Oh, okay. Interesting. Deploys in stealth. The thing is, like, 2 to 4 physical, like 2 to 4 phys damage is not bad, to be honest. Better than fucking servitors. Wait, what? 3 to max HP plus 1 to energy armor. 2 to max HP plus 1 to energy armor. Why would I... Oh, that's quite nice. Go with that, though. Well, that's, I mean, that's always the problem with the cog boys, is, they get up to some questionable business. So I'm thinking we check this out. The, like, heals 2 HP Mechadendrite is whatever. But the level 2 servitors I'm interested in, and I'm also interested in just seeing... Does this even, like, does this even add Awakening if we're not fighting Necrons? Enemies closer. Sub-Tribune... Zerzatus? I don't know. Requests assistance in putting down a rebellion among the lower ranks in the Kestis Pelicans Ingeniarum decks. Words are needlessly complicated here. Oh, okay, no, so it is ranged attack on the infiltrators, so that's... That is potentially useful. I think that was on one of the other mission lists, Zan. I think. Your attention, Magos. My attention on the Silva Tembris, Zerzatus. Must trust you to fulfill your duties as sub-tribune without my oversight. Cannot neglect the security on board the Kestis Metallison. I bring news of a violent uprising among the lower ranks of the tech priests and menials on the Engineerum decks. An uprising? This is the last thing we need. I permit myself to experience frustration at this news. Your solution, Sub-Tribune? There's but one solution to malcontents and rebellion, Magos. It is as the discipline of psychics states it, force always wins. Smack my bitch up. Oh, this is cool. We got like internal ship diff. This is interesting. The dorsal Engineerum decks are in the hands of the malcontents. We must move against them now and exterminate the seeds of heresy. You should remember these are our people, Sub-Tribune. When they raise arms against us, they cease to be ours, Magos. They become pawns of the enemy. And if they fight against my tech priests, I shall direct them to fight back. I hope your aggression will not be justified, but if it is, I shall be ready. The rebels have broken the servitors' loyalty protocols. They defy their original programming. If evidence of their malfeasance be needed, here it is. Let this blasphemy be met with fire and blade. May be a more subtle way of dealing with this issue, Sub-Tribune. I advise that the malcontent does not deserve subtlety, Magos. The rebels are supported by a host of servitors which form the majority of their firepower. These servitors must be dealt with if the nascent rebellion is to be put down. Go with good old info warfare. Strike at the roots of problem then. Scientists approach Magos, but one that risks leaving the malcontents unpunished. Would limit the bloodshed among my own people, Sub-Tribune. Violence does not solve everything. Enough violence solves any problem eventually, Magos, but I defer to your command. Objective updated. The layout of the engineering deck suggests several different approaches to assaulting the rebels' position. Straight up the middle. No, we'll go with flanking maneuvers. An excellent gambit, Magos. Hold fire until you can see the lenses of their eyes. So is this like a choose-your-own-adventure style thing? And it's going to affect how the fight plays out? The cohort has the chance to strike a blow against the rebel position before engaging the enemy. Silent and sneaky until we're not. Kaboom! In the crucible of justice, all are made pure by the Omnissiah's flame. It is rare to see metaphor made so dramatically real, Magos. The fuel container erupts in a roar of flame, incinerating several of the servitors. The rebels are thrown into disarray by the sudden immolation of several of their living weapons. Okay, so what's... I'm going to assume the tech priests, the enemy tech priests are scary. Okay, Leonidas, I think, is our ranged boy. And the other two have, like, chopping potential. Are you seriously like one square out? God damn it. What? What? Why did he get to swing twice? Oh, I didn't realize this was a... I see, this is a raised platform. I misunderstood. The cough is a bit worrying. Well, the cough's been about a week. What's really annoying is, like, I was better. I had gotten over everything. And there was, like, a week there where I wasn't sick. And then it all fell apart. That's yeah, pretty much the problem. Please hit for max damage. What? What? Just miss. Didn't even know we could miss. The fucker is still standing? What the hell? Two. This mission was listed as easy, but I got the feeling this might be well beyond this. We are, like, massively outnumbered. And all their tech priests have, first round stealth, which is a free crit, and we can't hit them until they've taken that free crit. I think we've bitten off way more than we can chew with this one. Which means we've also learned a valuable lesson. The easy, normal, hard rating on the meter doesn't mean shit. I'm thinking, like, we could hold up and like set up a sort of kill box, but the problem is they've still got that the cloak, which makes them untargetable, and then once they drop the cloak, they get a free 100% dodge. So you've got to waste 2 turns basically before you can hit their tech priests. Yeah, I think this might be beyond us. This said easy. I disagree with that assessment. Give this one a try instead. Hunt and kill flayed ones. The only problem is the death mark. That's a spooky boy. Subdomina Kepler reports that Necron flayed ones are flayed one attacks are destroying the morale of Skitari in the tomb of Ubjal. Stem the influx of flayed ones onto the upper levels of the tomb. Barely holding the line in the tomb of Ubjal, swarms of these flayed ones are surging up from the lower levels. We're seeing our own soldiers come back to us as skins draped over those things. Must keep the tomb open. The foulness of the place is not permissible as a factor in preventing us from completing our mission. We don't all have emotions locked away for our convenience, Magos. Skitari cannot fight under those conditions. Morale keeps falling, we'll lose the tomb. I am not ignorant of the morale of less augmented personnel. The situation requires remedying. We need to stem the flow of the flayed ones, otherwise the place will end up our tomb as well. The lower levels are swarming with flayed ones. If we seal a key passageway to those levels, we can hinder their movement to a manageable rate. Mission doctrine suggests a cohort with demolition charges. Wood is a viable solution? My thoughts exactly, Magos. It's not just the danger to my men that worries me. When the enemy wears the skin of your dead comrades, death isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. We've still got no, like, extra fight rooms. We've had none. Literally none extra fight rooms in this whole, like, run. You want extra fight rooms because you can use it to reduce the clock. Hey, Akuro, how's it going? Well, this is, like... It's going to go bad as soon as we complete the objective. Tentacle? Oh, hi! Yeah, shit. He's a problem. Yeah, Furf, how's it going? Can I, like... Oh! Well, that's nasty. You may have just made your own life difficult there, sir. Alright, that's his ass shut down at least. I've got nothing I can really sap cognition from at this point, though. God, this music is good though. We want to keep this guitar repaired. Because we get a partial refund on his deployment cost if he's mostly healthy at the end of the mission. Also, if he's, like, healed, then he'll live longer. Now, I assume I can just, like, uninstall you with this guitar. Now, it says tech priests must escape, but does that... Does it mean I leave the Skitari behind if I don't get him to the evacuation point? Because I don't want to leave him behind. Hoping that ejects our boy with us. A dead Skitari is pinned up against the wall by blades speared through his body. It seems strange for the flayed one to leave a corpse behind without skinning and dismembering it. Perhaps this discovery would reward examination. Perhaps it's a trap. Callousness. The cohort riddles the corpse with gunfire. The body explodes in a burst of radiation as the booby trap is tripped. The cohort exults in the knowledge that they have not been outsmarted by the Necrons, though the gunfire and triggering of the trap have surely given away their location. Alright, so that was decent at least. We were able to, like, keep our awakening level down a bit. Because I wanted to stream? If this is being used by the flayed ones, it needs to be closed. The cohort comes across a side tunnel or vent in the tomb wall. The entrance to the passageway is clotted with blood and scraps of flesh, suggesting it is used as a way for the flayed ones to move around the tomb. Promethium fuel is poured into the vent and ignited. An awful stench of burning flesh fills the tomb, forcing the cohort back. Even worse, the foul black smoke that belches from other concealed entrances to the tunnel must act as a beacon for other Necrons to home in on the cohort's location. At least the passage is put beyond use. It's gonna need to have like 2 or 3 computers for us to have a hope of getting a 0. Oh, 2 computers, alright. Well, we'll see how we go, I guess. Still not gonna be easy to make happen. Ah, and I've kind of screwed myself. God damn it. This is gonna turn into a real fuckfest very quickly. But this one's the shotgun effect, isn't it? Yeah. Have we hit that guy once? I don't remember. Nice, just completely nuked one of them. Change places. There's more flayed ones. Oh, crap. We'll, give us another Skitari boy down here. Off to a good start. Ah, dang. I can't do what I wanted to do. I don't have the rain power. Now I do. Well, that's a decision. Need to keep one of them alive until I've broken the computers. Please don't kill yourself with AWP attacks. That would be embarrassing. That went suspiciously well. Mission complete. The archway leading to the lower reaches of the tomb of Ubjao is rigged with demolition charges by the cohort. When they are detonated, the entire section of the tomb collapses, filling in the flayed one's route with massive amounts of rubble and detritus. The flow of flayed ones is stemmed, and the Skitari in the tomb win a rare reprieve. Skitari should have the pressure taken off them for the time being. With the luck of Mars, they should be able to hold the tomb until it can be fully explored. All the forms of the Necron, the flayed ones, the foulest and the gravest mortal threat to our Skitari. Emotional returns of disgust, anger, and moral repugnance are filling my neural vaults to full capacity. I am moved to pray we soon be finished with the tomb of Ubjao. I've seen what's happened to our troops in there. I've seen how it changes them. Pray for the same thing, Magos. We went and slaughtered a couple of flayed ones, that's for sure. %, not bad. We're close to getting it to a 0% run. See the difference? Bringing this one back undamaged, refund of 16. Bringing this one back with 1 point of damage, we lose 6. Oh, interesting. The next 2 attacks will ignore all armor. We've done all the missions for now, I see. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't seen that before. Maybe that might be the only case here. Oh, that's both like just 2 boss fight missions straight up. Oh. Level 2 stabby boys. This is all crap. But the mission itself shouldn't be too hard. Single target melee attack. Attack ignores armor. Triggers an opportunity attack. As in, when it attacks, they get to hit him back? That's kind of shit. Or it just mean it... Okay, no, it just means it can do op attacks. I see. I feel like this guy at least needs some kind of melee stick. So that he can, like, threaten op attacks at least. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that is also true. They do indeed look very cool. These, like... Some of these are really good. Like, that's... For one... It's a 3-turn cooldown, but for, like, one cog... Plus 2 damage on all troops for their next attack, or plus 2, like, armor. Allows you to tank if needed, or just seriously apply the hurt. One in 5 chance to just not take damage? Sure. Not a good strategy, not something you want to rely on, but nice. Well, if we can, like, speed meme this... I think that we're going into Mission 9 now. No, that's Mission 8. Can't rename it. Well, now, Mission 9. Alright. What are numbers? Oh, wait, I can just... Yeah, see, that says easy, but I disagree with the assessment. There is so much shit we need to fight on that map. We need more, like, deployment allotment. Especially with what some of that shit is. Unless we can get around their shit with, like, flamethrowers and stuff, but we don't have flamethrowers yet. Grave goods. Explore the remnants of an excavation into the tomb of Acropus made by the original Imperial settlers on Silva Tembris. Recover any archaeotech they left behind for Tech Acquisitor Scaevola. Evidence of the tomb of Acropolis equals true. Original settlers of Silva Tembris. Achievements as follows. Excavate tomb, explore tomb, die. Those doomed souls' chances were never greater than 0. They were ignorant they had made their homes atop a nest of Necrons. Antiquity of settlement equals fortunate. Calculating benefit. Settlers possessed archaeotech lost to Mechanicus cannon. Retrieval required. Search, excavation, bones, location of death. This archaeotech, should it exist, will aid our mission on this planet, as well as enhance your personal collection. Statement agreed. The original excavation entrance has long since collapsed. To get at it, we'll have to go through the front door. Combat data acquisition opportunity detected. I'm detecting an excellent chance for good men to die lining your cabinet of curiosities, Scaevola. Error. Damn not found. Bucks equals 0. Holy shit. God damn. Enough. Kepra, secure our team a route through the tomb of Acropus. Scaevola, pray this exposition has results that you crave. We've literally never seen a single extra, like, fight. This is getting stupid. Just hope that there's some computers on this map we can fuck with. There's at least one, and it is the objective of the map. Okay. Are we going speed memes? Well, once we hit the computer, it's probably going to activate these others. We can't really speed memes because we don't got enough cognition. Well, let's see how we do. We don't have enough cognition, aka we have 0 cognition. That at least lets us know what we're dealing with now. That's another computer. Depending on how we play this, we could get our, counter down to 0, which would be very good. Oh wait, that's a Overwatchy boy. That's not a regular Necrom warrior. Oh no, I did it wrong! Ah, fucked up! Damn it! Ah! You can waste your reduced cost on a weapon that costs 0. Okay, well, surprisingly, we weren't punished for it. Oh! That's not what I meant to do. Ah, shit. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Well, that's... See, that's what I was worried was going to happen before. Can I, like... load back the last autosave? When was the autosave? We have to redo the whole map? Yep. God damn it. Because previously, the scan and destroys... When we completed the scan and destroy... the scan or destroys... it then... had us turn the map into a kill 'em all map. Well, this time it's two necro... Okay, it really is quite randomized, isn't it? Oh, he's got the 1 damage skull. Oh, dang it. It can't hit round the corner like that. Okay, there we go. It just took a while for it to realize something was happening. Okay, they're fairly tanky scarabs. No worries, Day. Take it easy. But thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna stop soonish as well anyway. Okay. It took a bit of doing, but that has actually reduced our threat counter down to nothing. High value target profile updated. Subject Lord Acropus marked for elimination. Opportunity addendum. Additional warform data acquisition potential. Mural depicting Lord Acropus dominates the wall of this chamber. He is depicted at the head of a grand procession of Necrons, all carrying implements of an astronomer aloft. Invocation. Enact a ritual of purity and steadfastness before the mural to counter its corruptive power and express the superiority of mankind. Cohort kneels before the mural, defying the alien work with libations of thrice-blessed machine oil and the utterance of binary devotion codes. Though the process takes a long time, it leaves the cohort heartened and renewed in their faith. We've still got too much movement. We're gonna at least get up to 1. A human skeleton, brown and crumbling with age, lies in the corner of the chamber. Evidently one of the planet's original human settlers. Who knows how they met their end down here in the dark of the Necron tomb. Bring the remains back for later examination. As soon as they are disturbed, the moldering bones shatter and release a cloud of toxic spores which catch one of the cohort in their caustic embrace. The air clears, the bones prove to contain some valuable bionic components that can be salvaged. Well, that could have gone better, it could have gone worse. At least it didn't ramp the clock. We seem to be always getting the same 2 choices. The remnants of a long, terrified imprisonment in the tomb can be seen in this chamber. Tally marks scorched on the walls indicate a long passage of time, as do traces of makeshift fireplace and shelter. One of the colonists' expedition was trapped here for a long time, contemplating his own demise. God damn it. The shelter yields up nothing but a small hand-carved icon of the Emperor made by the survivor from debris found nearby. The cohort takes some solace from the resilience of the faith even in this dark place. I'm gonna need, like, multiple computers. Oh, Oh boy, we got an Overwatch. Well, there is multiple computers. What the shit? I didn't bring the invisible boys. Damn, had I brought the invisible boys, we could have probably, like, just whooshed through here. Oh, I guess we could, like, still whoosh past all the turrets with like a big run from one of the tech priests. How big of a run do we want to make this? We can, like, really hit the gas. Did not know that was a thing that happened. Alright, well, we've officially Sonicked it. Shit, that didn't put him down. That did put him down, nice. Dang it, can't sight anything useful from here. Oh, turrets again, I see. I wonder how turrets work. Well, shit. This is bad. Question mark red? What is question mark red? He's just dead before he even gets to have a proper turn, god damn it. Oh, I see how that works. Right. Well, at least his Overwatch is on a target that doesn't matter so much. Got an idea. Make this guy very dead. Hey, Pepe Paco, how's it going? I didn't see you earlier. I was a little too focused on the game. Boosh! Please break it. Thank goodness. I think that guy just got deleted. Oh, I didn't realize they worked that way. That's kind of... Had a feeling it might turn to that. Dang it. Hopefully that doesn't also include turrets. Oh good, does not include turrets. Thank goodness. The cohort approaches the area where the settlers breached the tomb of Acropus. Several of the settlers were evidently caught in an attack by the Necrons woken by their intrusion, and the bones still lie among the excavation tools where they fell. They proved to have numerous examples of archaeotech still clutched in their dead bony hands. Expectations equal met. Acquired plus augments plus archaeotech plus insight. Conclusion follows. A rare haul of lost technology. Such delights seem a trivial use of my tech priest, Scaevola. Do not churlish or too small-minded, Magos. If lost equals true, then regain. Enumeration of sacred duties, reacquisition of lost technology, relearning of forgotten knowledge, return to humanity. No worries, Crow. Take it easy. We're gonna run out of missions to do before we have to do these boss fights. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ooh, a line nuke. Alright. I said this was going to be a shorter one, and I think that will indeed do us for now. We've got through quite a few missions. The game moves a lot quicker than I had thought it would. So I'm thinking like we might end up doing like a proper playthrough of this. Just because it's not going to be... I was expecting it to be like a 40 to 50 hour big boy. But by all accounts, it's maybe about 20 hours. So this may actually turn into a proper playthrough. Because we did, what, 3.5 hours and we knocked out 6 missions? That's pretty good. I have work the next few days running. Streams will happen basically depending on how exhausted I am after work. Last week was very bad. I was fucked. So there was no Friday, Saturday streams. I'm really hoping that's not the case this week. I'm really hoping it isn't as brutal this week, but I've just gotta take it as it comes with work, unfortunately. Hopefully, I mean, like if I'm doing these in like 3-hour chunks, maybe I can get a stream in easy, even if work is brutal. Like this isn't a game that's like, this isn't a high energy game. It's not like Gundam Breaker 4 where I've got to be continuously on my toes, keeping up my combos and everything. Like this is a slow thinky game. Well, I guess a quick thinky game with the way it functions, but still. It requires a lot less direct energy to play. So maybe I'll be able to get streams in despite. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. For now, however, that is all. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.